All right, I want to address the big question. What is scratch cooking and why are we going to do it like that? The first thing that's gonna happen when you start to do scratch cooking is that you're gonna get a kitchen that is a little bit more engaged in the nutrition of the kids. When you're cooking from scratch, you have control of what you're putting into the food. A lot of times we're buying things that have long ingredient lists that we know are not the best. If we have control over that, as much as possible, some schools will be able to do everything from scratch. Some will be able to, for example, just add fresh basil into their spaghetti sauce. So whatever level you're at, keep in mind that the goal is to get better. So it doesn't matter what level you're at right now. What matters is that you are trying to get closer to the goal of full scratch cooking. As you get good at this, you'll notice that it's a lot easier to do, and then you can start incorporating more scratch cooking. As you continue to get better, then you start to be able to get local produce into your kitchens. As you bring in local produce into your kitchens, you'll see how much more beautiful it is. This has a power to inspire people. Your cooks will be happier when they're playing with food that is so much more beautiful, so much more tasty than the stuff that's coming from who knows where. Which brings me to a very important point. Scratch cooking a lot of times means local cooking. Local cooking means that you're supporting the local economy. So wherever you live, if possible, some places don't have a lot of farms around them, so you have to get creative. But if you do have farms in your area, this is the foundation of our local economy. And if you're having trouble in this process of turning your kitchen into a more sustainable and more scratch cook base kitchen, then a great thing that you can do is you can find Facebook groups, for example, of people that are already doing this, and they're a huge community of people that want to help each other out. So if you have any questions on how to get something done, you can go to these groups, ask, and you'll have multiple people answer and help you get past that hurdle. For example, there's a Facebook group called School Meals That Rock. Groups like this can make your life a lot easier. Please use them, be part of the conversation, help others, they'll help you. Ultimately, the goal would be to be able to utilize anything that your local farms have. I'll tell you a story about what I did. I used to be executive chef at Willamette University. And when I was there, I went to the Saturday market and I asked what happened to all the produce at the end of the day. And they told me that most of it goes to waste. Sometimes it gets donated, but most of the time it ends up in the compost pile. So I asked them to give me every single thing that they had left over, bring it to my kitchen, put it in the walk-in cooler, and then on Monday I would come in and then I would create a menu based on that. So this is maybe a little bit more complicated because now I'm having to write menus based on this, but that is a really good goal to aspire to. Being able to cook everything from scratch and being able to cook anything that they give you, because there are multiple techniques that you can use to cook just about anything in a very easy and simple way. And remember, you don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to turn your kitchen into a Saturday market next semester. What you should do is start really small. Just ease into it. Start by maybe getting a little batch of local tomatoes when they're in season. Maybe start by getting some herbs from a local farm or some mixed greens and slowly start adding into it. You don't want to switch everything overnight. It's a lot easier for your team to slowly add these things. Make sure that you are paying attention to the education you're providing to your cooks because they need to understand why you're doing this, and this will motivate them to do a really good job and to organize their time better so you can get every project done. Remember, we're doing this for our kids and for our local economy.